Hey everyone, welcome back to another build battle video. Today I'm going to be going into pro mode and going full try hard mode. I had a request in a comment to make another pro mode video where I just did no challenge and just tried my best to maybe make some cool builds that'll inspire some people to play pro mode, maybe give some people some ideas for cool builds. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Let's hop right into a game. Whoa, I'm going the wrong direction. Okay. All right, we've got a pretty small pro mode game here starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's see what themes we've got. So, Castle, good start. Shipwreck, Dungeon, Mythical, Medieval. I'm guessing Castle's going to win this one because, yeah, literally 100%. I just wasted a super vote. I did not need to use that because literally everybody's voting for Castle, so this is going to be fun. So I'm going to immediately set the floor to grass. What kind of style castle should I go for? I think I might try something a little bit unique. Let's get a weird color of wood. Let's get like mangrove. Let's get like mangrove wood here, and then let's get some like tough colors maybe. Like so a medium gray with like that cool mangrove color. I think this could be cool. Let's just get a couple pro tools and let's get to work. So I've got a pretty basic segment here, so I'm just gonna copy paste this a little bit to get a sort of framework going. There we go. And then I'll start sort of expanding it out a little bit and making some more details like an entrance and things along those lines. So I'm gonna keep the mangrove theme going here. I just got this mangrove wood. I'm gonna make the entrance here. So let's make like a big symmetrical door here. So I'm just gonna try to build this mostly by hand without Pro Tools because I'm gonna make it like arched kind of like that. All right, I like where this is going. All right, now that I've got this sort of front gate area here, I don't really like these slabs. I'm actually gonna delete these, but now that I have this front gate area here, I'm gonna start building like the sort of actual meat of the castle. So let's get a blast furnace. Screw it. We're getting blast furnaces and let's make the first of many like towers sort of. So I've got like the sort of like I guess you could say it's not really a moat because moat's water, but like the outer wall. Yeah, we'll go with the outer wall and now I'm gonna start building this sort of inner area here. So let's see what else we've got. We've got chiseled tough. Let's just get tough bricks. Pretty standard, but I think it's a pretty good looking block. I really like how they added the deep slate bricks and the tough bricks. They're so useful for building structures. You can really just be so creative nowadays with the amount of blocks you have. Get that mangrove back out now and start making something happen here. Build a little roof for this tower, kind of like a Hogwarts style spire. We're halfway done with the time, so I'm gonna need to speed up here because I definitely can't just have that front wall be carrying the build. That would not be ideal. Okay, we've got our tower here. I'm gonna go ahead and copy paste that once at a different height. Low-key, I think the blast furnaces actually look kind of cool right there. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I did a pretty good job on that, but let's go ahead and get some more of those blast furnaces. Do what I did at the bottom on the other one. Awesome, awesome. So now I've got a couple of towers there. I'm gonna build another bit of the structure here. So let's come up to here. Use a little bit of fill tool action. Create some cool windows. So I'm gonna carve out an area like this. All right, this is actually looking really cool now. I just need to add a few more finishing touches, maybe get a little area over here going. But I'm actually really happy with this turned out. I think it looks pretty nice and centered. I like how it kind of, it's like lower on the sides and then it kind of builds up to the highest point in the middle. I think I did that pretty well. And I think the mangrove does look kind of cool. I think it might have just turned out a little bit better if I just used like a normal wood block. Like the red is a little bit weird, but I don't know, I think it looks cool. So I'm sticking with it. Gonna add some few finishing touches here, some decorations, just put some banners like this. Maybe since the roofs are a little bit red, let's get like a red banner too. Just quickly make something like that. Let's get a cross. There we go. Just put some banners like this in some spots. Maybe two more right by the front gate here. And finally, just a little bit of bone meal. There we go. That's my castle build. I think it turned out pretty cool. Build number one, we've got a little castle by a moat here. I like the drawbridge. That's actually a cool idea. I should try making that sometime. But yeah, it's a pretty chill build. It's not bad. Fried Tato, you did a good job. I know you're probably seeing this, so you did a good job. Next up, we have, what is this? Holy smokes, what am I looking at? Is this like a big tower? I mean, it's very messy. To be honest, guys, I really don't even know what I'm looking at. Like, I can't kind of tell what's going on. This looks crazy. I gave it a med for the effort though. Next up, we've got a nice castle here. I love the blocks. I love the blocks. I need to try making like more white castles using like calcite and stuff. And the way I really like how they use the sandstone at the bottom. It adds like in the clay, the sandstone to the clay, sort of like color transfer there. It looks really sick. Moss cobblestone's cool on the roof too. Colors are definitely my favorite part of this build. The backdrop also works very well, obviously. Also, next up, we've got another solid castle here. This roof is kind of interesting. I feel like these I like the use of coral and all the blocks and stuff, but I feel like these kind of roofs and then like the slanted roof doesn't really go together, to be honest. I feel like you should either do with this kind of roof or like this kind of roof. There's like both kind of roofs mixed in. Other than that, it's cool. It's a good build. Next up, we have my castle here. I think I did a pretty good job. A little combination of like these classic, you know, archer type roof boundaries here. And then I built more sort of cubic structures with the towers in the background. I think it's pretty sick. I'm pretty happy with this one. And we got the legendary rain. Let's go. You love to see it. I love to see it. And finally, we have a sick castle here with the warped roof. Got the cool window design that looks really good from a distance. I like the use of the. I actually thought about trying to go for the warped color, but I feel like the blue doesn't go as well with like the gray. I feel like the white and blue works a lot better than like the gray and blue. So that's a really good one. Also got legendary rain. Hopefully my build still wins. We'll see. Yes, it did. GG's. So round number 1 was a success. Hopefully we can keep that up. I think I did a really good job on that castle. So let's keep sweating. Let's keep tryharding and hopefully make some more sick builds for this video. All right, game number 2 here, starting in a few seconds. I'm low-key hoping we get more of an organic theme because like I'm kind of burnt out of building structures after that gigantic structure build I just made. So let's see what we get here. Abstract, dungeon, farm, park, bakery. Ooh, these are kind of bad. These are kind of rough. I'm down to do dungeon, but park, is park gonna win? Ooh, if park wins, I'll build a water park. That would be fun. I'm gonna build a water park. I did this one other time, but I think I can execute it a lot better this time. Okay. This is gonna be fun. I'm just gonna have to lock in and kind of really iron out my ideas in a fast way. So like my mind is like flooded with ideas right now. Okay. So I'm gonna make the floor mostly like quartz and use fill tool for that. So let's go like, how do I want to do this? Okay, so I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna try to have like 2 water slides, like maybe like 1 tube slide in the middle. One of the ones where you have like 6 people in one raft. And then I'm gonna have 1 like normal body water slide. So, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and make the first sort of tower here. We go like 5 wide? Yeah, that's fine. As long as it's symmetrical, that's all that matters. This is another example. Like I said this in the last video and I thought about it more, but it's so true. Like the things that are more fun in real life are the most fun to build for me. I don't know. And like water parks are so much fun to where I just really enjoy building them. So I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm excited to like sort of make the slide here, but I'm gonna need to lock in. Okay, so since this one has the orange roof, I'll get orange concrete to make the slide itself. And this will be like just like a slide with a big drop, kinda. All right, there's slide number 1. Honestly, it looks a little bit scuffed. Like I feel like that's not the shape it should be. It should like come out more like, I don't know. Maybe, no, actually it looks fine. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But let's build like a support beam for it maybe here, and then I'm gonna move on to building the second one because I think the second one will take longer because it's gonna be like wider, kinda, or at least that's the plan. So I'm just gonna go ahead and steal this whole thing right here. Come over here, bang, and let's come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do a yellow roof for this one. I feel like orange, yellow, and blue are kind of like the summer colors, so that's what I'm going for, like a summer sort of theme, obviously, because it's a water park. Okay, so I'm kind of spamming this one. I just like spammed out a big like structural framework for the slide here, because it would take forever if I did it like block by block, just to make sure it looks perfect, so. See, the unfortunate thing about building water slides, there's a few things like that in Build Battle that are just kind of annoying to build, because they curve around, and like they're structures, but they're also kind of like curvy and bendy, kind of like stairs. Like if you like spiral staircases just take forever to build in Build Battle, so there's not really any way around it. You just kind of have to make it a little bit of an organic and make it a little bit imperfect. But obviously you can't really use copy paste either, because copy paste only really works with like cubic patterns, rectangular patterns. Like you can't copy paste to like spherically sorta. So there's really no way to use copy paste to help me out here, or any of the Pro Tools for that matter. Trying my best to make it look more structural. Only have 2 minutes 28 seconds left, which is not as much time as I would like. I was hoping to add some like umbrellas and maybe some lounge chairs and stuff over on the white platform area, but looking like we might not have time for that. The last time I did this, I actually didn't build like a big water slide like this. This is probably like my first time ever building like a big tube slide kind of thing in Build Battle. And actually I think it looks pretty cool right now. Like I was just looking up at it and it actually looks pretty cool. So hopefully I can lock in and finish this up. Finish the job. The job's not done yet. And obviously, like, I would put water running down all these slides, but it just, the physics of water are just not conducive to, like, running it down a slide like this. So it's just gonna be, we're just gonna have to imagine the water's there for the sake of the build, unfortunately. It would be cool to actually have water going down it, but it's just not realistic and not worth the time to make it actually, like, look normal. I don't know if that makes sense. But if I tried to make water going down that slide, just trust me, it would be cancer. Okay. All right, let's get some like birch here and just start to add a few details. So I'm just gonna go like this. Then let's make like an area over here with my final 10 seconds where people can walk up the stairs to get back onto the promenade over here, sorta. So there's my water park. That's actually pretty cool. That's a cool build. I can't lie. I just love water parks. I love theme parks. So it's always fun to build like roller coasters and stuff like that. Anyways, first build here we have the twin towers for an unknown reason, and then we have wait, no, they're not the twin towers. There's four of them. Okay, and a couple trees here with branches coming out of nothing, and a little playground. It was a cool build. They tried their best. I like the seesaw. Pretty smart. Next up, we have the Jurassic Park logo with some crazy text there. It's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. Wow. I wonder how long it took them to make all this text here with the end rods and the doors and trap doors and stuff. That's some crazy work, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a cool experimental sort of builds. I like the idea. Next up, we have, what is this? I'm trying to tell what this is. Looks like a bridge from one mountain to the other with like a water wheel. Is it supposed to be a roller coaster? I'm so confused. Am I an idiot? I cannot tell what's going on. Is it a Ferris wheel or like a water mill or something? I don't know. It's interesting. I'll give it a minute. All right, next up we have my water park build here. I think it's pretty cool. I especially like the tube slide. It just takes so long to build this. Like this took me like 3 or 4 minutes. It just takes a ridiculous amount of time. And I just don't know if it's worth the amount of time it takes to make a decent looking big structure like that. But regardless, I think the build turned out pretty cool. Hopefully we get a win. And I did get legendary rain twice in a row. Let's go. So that's a very good sign. Next up, we have a nice little park here. I like this one. They didn't overthink it or anything. Just built a nice little playground. They used their time pretty well. Everything's finished, so. Although I will say I'm not sure what these things are. Oh, they're like seesaws, but people were flipping up the trapdoors. I thought they were like a barbecue or something like that. Okay, nice little swing. And I did come away with a win barely that game. Only by 2 points, luckily. So GG's. Hopefully we can go 3 for 3 on this video where I go full try hard mode in pro mode. All right, game number 3 here. Sorry I started a little bit late. We didn't get to see the themes or anything, but like I joined this pro mode game and then the game just immediately started. So I was like, oh shoot, okay. But the themes video game, I'm gonna build Fortnite because I did this once and it was kind of cool. And I'm not gonna lie, like back in the day when Fortnite was popular, I was big into it. So I kind of want to make a Fortnite build. I'm just in that kind of mood. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a big wood wall here, like, so I'm gonna have the big plot be like kind of a cube, like in the game Fortnite, and I'm gonna have a stair here, so let's fill this to here, and then I'm gonna build like a Fortnite character, like crouching with a gun, like trying to shoot through a window or something. I feel like that would be cool. So let's go like this, set position A there, and then keep going up. Oh wait, I did something wrong. No, I did something wrong. Okay, so we have our big like stair here with like the window, so this is kind of cool. Now I'm going to build a Fortnite character, or at least I'm going to try to build a Fortnite character. Sort of crouching down. Ooh, maybe should I build... What Fortnite character should I build? Should I just build like a default skin? I think I'm just going to build the default skin that like Tfue always uses. Okay, let's get to work. Okay, a little bit of a progress update here. I kind of have our character and like I built the face here. I think it looks kind of like a default skin. So now I'm going to go ahead and build his arms and the gun, which might be a little bit difficult actually. So let's just add in a bit of details here first. Grab some buttons. When in doubt, just spam buttons and it'll look more detailed. Pro tip. Okay, now let's start building his arms here. So I'm gonna have one hand coming down like this to hold the gun. And the other hand will be holding the top of it, so it'll sort of come up like this a little bit more. Does it look like he could be holding a gun? It looks a little bit weird, to be honest. But I think it's good enough. Alright, I just built a gun here. Now I don't really know what else to build, to be honest. I'm kind of done. This is bad. Sometimes this happens where you're like pretty much done and like I literally don't know what else to build here. Cause like it's Fortnite. I mean, I guess I could build like items on the ground or something, but I mean, it's just kind of wouldn't really add to the build that much. I feel like the gun's a little bit too long maybe. So I don't know. I'm gonna spend the next minute and a half just kind of polishing things up and maybe changing things around a tiny bit, and then we'll get to the voting stage. You know, it'd be cool if I built like the storm. So I'm gonna get fill tool here and go from right here all the way up here, and this will be like the storm. That's the only idea of what I have to build. There we go. That's the storm closing in behind him. That's actually kind of cool. I actually think that kind of added a lot to the build. All right, moving on to voting. Build number 1 here, we have a pretty chill Mario or something with a dinosaur and a gaming controller. Not very original, but still a solid build overall. I'll give it a meh because it is pro mode. Get 10 minutes to build. Build number 2, we have Five Nights at Freddy's. Very good. Very good. Looks very accurate. The eyes look very good. Build number 3, we have possibly the least original build I've ever seen in my life. We have a gaming controller and the words video game, but I mean, it's still a pretty solid build, so I'll give it okay. It's a very good gaming controller here. Very accurate. Next up, we have a little Nintendo Switch here with what appears to be Maybe Fortnite. I don't really know what's going on in there, but it's a solid build. Alright, next up we have another Nintendo Switch, and this one is a pixel art. For 10 minutes, this is an absolutely horrible build, in my opinion. Next build here, they just keep getting worse and worse. We have a few creepers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 creepers to be exact, and a hole in the ground for some decoration, and a large, derpy looking creeper skull that isn't even accurate. This one gets a super poop from me, to be honest. I don't know how much worse than this it could possibly get, to be honest with you. I'm really trying to be nice, but it's kind of, oh, then this one proves me wrong. Oh my god. Dude, how are people so bad at this game? It's actually crazy. It's actually crazy. How are you so bad? All right. I'm being a little mean. We almost had the hole in the ground for the decoration, but they decided to fill it with black instead for a little decoration over there. And then we have some paintings as our gaming controls and a pixel art controller. Terrible build. Next up, we have a pretty solid arcade machine. I like this one. Good usage of fill tool, I assume. Everything is finished. Looks very clean. We have our tree here. Not bad. WayJ says kind of Pro Tool heavy, to be honest. I mean, yeah, but like, if you're making a big arcade machine, then like, what else are you gonna do? It's just the side of the arcade machine. Like, it's not like IRL. Like, it's not like there's any details. And like, but that's stupid. Okay. Next up, we have my Fortnite build with the storm closing in on our boy with the assault rifle here. Dude, kind of fill heavy. Okay, buddy. This is part of the game. It's part of pro mode. I'm gonna use it. Okay, next up, we have a little monitor here with a ghost playing the computer, even though the computer's turned off, so I'm not sure what game he's playing. Maybe he just died or something. I'll give it an okay because I like the creativity of the ghost. Next up, we have a Super Mario pixel art, and it is terrible and unfinished. So I will be giving this one super poop. Alright, GG's, we came third place to the ghost on the computer build. I'm not going to say I particularly agree with the voting in that game, but it's okay because we won the 2 prior games. That was a very upsetting lobby. Everyone in the game was terrible. That one actually made me want to rip my eyes out, to be honest. And maybe all F4, but luckily we held through voting there and witnessed all those terrible builds and horrible opinions. Anyways, enough of me raging. We still got 2 out of 3 wins. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for the next one. Please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000, and we're really closing in. So if you want to do me a huge solid, then just hit subscribe, and I don't know, you'll be really cool if you do. So anyways, see you all next video.